Hello, start you off with a little microphone slide. Welcome back to Monster Train. It's still Thursday night, don't worry. We're on the start screen instead of just on the champion screen. I did take a little break between last episode and this episode. Did a little more, snuck in a little studying. I'm gonna let my voice rest. Got a test coming up tomorrow, so I was like, hey, you know what? My voice is feeling a little ragged after those 4 episodes. Gonna go ahead and take a little breather, do a little studying for the test coming up, and then we can get back to it. It is now get back to it time. We got one more episode to record for the night, and then I'll have 5 on the books. And then we gotta do 2 more tomorrow, and then we can work out what else I'm gonna record. Anyway, you don't need to hear that. You don't care about that. Let's play Monster Train, shall we? We got Stygian Umbra, a classic. This was the clan combo at the very beginning when we were all still very new. This was everyone's favorite really bad clan combo pick. Now that I have played the game for longer, I have recognized that anything plus Stygian isn't bad. If you have Stygian in your set of clans, you don't have a bad clan combo. What's your worst clan combo with Stygian? It's hard to pick one just because Stygian is so self-sufficient. That's all. What a great clan. Love Stygian. Anyway, Double Barrel Daedalus, Cursefell, Patient Seraph. We got an Offering, Token, Mind Collapse, Unnamed Tome start. No sweep in the upcoming, and also the big killer I think for Tethys. Tethys has a big bow, and it's Pushback Talos. Pushback Talos really farms Tethys, I feel like. You can't have her take a hit, so you end up in really weird situations. Let's see, what are we playing today? We got Wing Technology, Hell's Banners. I'm gonna pick Wing Technology. Wing Technology is kind of nuts. Especially in a Seraph the Patient, so here's the deal. There's only one Umbra Banner. I'm gonna hit unit draft trials as aggressively as possible, and we're gonna try and pick up a Morsel Maker. Morsel Maker trivializes Patient Seraph for us. Handheld Totem. You can get away with it with the Mind Collapses, I think. The super weak start. I don't think it's Conduit in this one, though. I think it is Handheld Totem. And what we'll probably look to do is we'll probably transition Tethys into being our backline clearing plan with a Morsel Maker tank, and then on the top floor, you have some sort of scaling plan. I am going to take the trial as well. I'm going to be very aggressive because I want to hit units fast. We want to put together a lot of different units that are going to work in conjunction with one another in order to win us the game. And we're actually pretty strong, deceptively so at this stage of the game because of Wing Technology. We're going to be able to put down 1 morsel and tank that whole round. It's surprising how strong Wing Technology can. Less strong when you have a draw like this, of course, where you don't hit any morsels, but you know. Remember, this is Discipled Inquisitor, so there is nothing to Unnamed Tome. Interesting. So we're gonna eat a lot here. Taking this trial was very ambitious, I gotta say. It was very hopeful as well. We're gonna take a lot of damage for this trial. It's possible we might even die for it. I should have, I guess, Frozen Lanced here. We want to cycle through. There's not much I can do about it at this point. I've committed and we have to follow through. Okay, that. To ya. So I definitely want to pull the Shade Splitter here. Doesn't really matter. An important thing to do here is ping this guy off. It's an extra 3 rounds, I think. And then we'll take this 12. As long as I don't die to the boss, this was worth. However, I might. Like, it's entirely possible. And if I die to the boss, I die to the boss. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 is as much... Yeah, that's as good as it gets here. You play the Mind Collapse, and then you hope if we pull 2 Frozen Lances next turn, we lower our damage taken from the boss to 10. Good enough. Alright, fine. We took a lot. We took 26. However, it was worth. Of that 26, we could have prevented, I think, we could have prevented 8, I think, by not taking the trial. Is it? No, it's plus 4. So we could have prevented 12. We would have taken, the guaranteed damage there was 14. And that's fine. Crystallis is the exact card we want to see here. Space Prism is fine. And ooh, lots of options. Okay. So we got to make a choice now. Let me take another drink of water while I think this one over. Effectively, there's two paths presented to us right here with these two choices. There's the Crucible Collector path and the Guard of the Unnamed path. Titan Sentry's never the take. Unfortunately for Hot Shark, he's not the pickup here because of the role that Tethys is being pushed into of Sweep Spell Weakness. We're just going to slap a frontliner in front of Tethys, and it might be Shark, but we want to be establishing our long term. We have a Stygian banner coming up. I think we're going to go Incant. This is a run that has started with Offering Token and a Silence Tome. Also, yo, I didn't even point out, Silence Tome start against Seraph the Patient is nuts. Gotta go right here. We need to power up a lot here. Large Stone plus 10 armor 2. So we want to see one of 2 Sirens here, ideally. Lodestone Totem. Oh. Lodestone Totem is bad here. Unless we see Frostbite Tethys, in which case it's game winning. But I'm going to take Siren of the Sea. There's your top 4 plan. I'll grab the armor 2 for the Shark. Now I just have to survive the next combat. Yeah. Survive the next combat and we're probably in a good spot. We need to pick up a multi-strike at some point for Siren of the Sea as well. But we're close. We are close. Can I take this armor trial? No, I can't. Right? I better not. The reason I can't take it is because of the 5-1 that spawns with the boss. A lot of times I bait myself into taking trials by going, oh, well, we'll survive. And then I decidedly do not survive because I don't consider what spawns with the boss getting that effect. We're just going to play all 3 units on bottom floor for now. In the future, this path changes. However, for now, we can just play it like this. Let's let the morsel take both rounds, and then we'll put a Train Steward up here. It's good to set up like this because we have more turns to make an actual use out of the spell weakness. However, it's bad because of... Which boss? It is... I don't remember what his name is, but it's the one that is just a stat stick. In the future, we want to set up Tethys below these guys so that we have them on the top 4 or the middle 4, and they just get the incant triggers from me playing kill spells. However, for now, it's fine as is. Crystallis here. Gotta Crystallis this guy away. It's a good crit timing for the Crystallis draw as well. We should hopefully pull it again. Guarantee us down to 2. If I miss the Frozen Lance next turn, it is truly unfortunate. How are we looking? 83. See what more we can get out of this. 134. Every incant is worth a lot. Yeah, that should be close to enough where we don't. We should always hit a kill spell here. 6, 7. We're pretty close. Yeah, that does it. Alright, good enough. Good enough. Another Crystallis is best here. This is not great. I'm going to take Mollusk Mage here. I want to see how Mollusk Mage does in converting Frozen Lance and Mind Collapse into killing spells. And, I mean, you can make a case for Flash Freeze, but it's not so good here. Unfortunately, did not get to take the trial. Prismal Dust is fine. Right. Yeah. Good for Tethys in case we see sweep. But then again, we shouldn't be relying on Tethys, to be fair. And Umbra Assault's kind of nice. Prismal Dust or Umbra Assault. We have a pretty decided... Yeah, I'm gonna take Prismal Dust. Okay. Even in its worst case, it's just a free incant, which is fine. Okay. Now the most important decision of the combat, or of the run, rather. Can we survive Double Barrel Daedalus without taking Pyre health? Excellent question. Very astute question to be asking. I'm not sure. The right path is variant. The Stygian banner is mostly worthless, to be fair. If I pull like Hot Shark, I'll take that. Right? Otherwise, we pass on this banner in most cases. Yeah, I'd take Offering Monument as well, but that's a rare. Worth mentioning though, I suppose. I would pass on Lodestone Totem, I would pass on Armor Shark, and I would pass on either Siren. I'd pass on Old Kalia and Icy Scylla fight. Did I miss anyone? That's everything. So, there's 2 good hits and like 6 bad hits. And then in the Magic Shop, if we go to the Magic Shop and pull Holdover, we auto win. We 100, so it's a 1 in 4. I guess we can make it a coin flip to just 100% survive Daedalus and get to see this. Pretty worth. And pulling like a second Shark isn't bad. Pulling Frostbite Shark is pretty good, honestly, because it's looking less and less likely that we're going to hit Morsel Maker as time goes on here. I'm gonna just roll for it. Alright, what do you got? Holdover. Sick. Excellent. Great news. This is extremely good. I cannot stress to you how good this is. This makes it so that without any question marks we should get through Daedalus. Lodestone Totem again, huh? I would pass both of these. I would pass both of these. I'm gonna just make sure before I press skip. Sharp Shoot Pulley Claw. Pulley Claw might actually save our lives here. It shouldn't. So, with finding ourselves in this position now, I wonder if the planning changes. The big problem is Patient Seraph is going to be a pain. I'm holding out hope that we'll see a Maker here. Holding out hope. So, oh god. Or Evan. I'll take, so, okay. I gotta play mid 4 here. It's fine. The haste is of course going to be problematic. Don't get me wrong. However, if I don't play mid 4, I just lose the Shark and we die. So you gotta play it like this. And then we're gonna do our best to anticipate the haste and, I don't know, just pull. There's a chance we pull Mind Collapse, and once we hit Crystallis, it's no longer a problem as well. There it is. Okay. No more problems. I am pretty sure that this draw cements us surviving. Now I'm going to play Prismal Dust. I'm not going to waste it on the Shark. I want to put it onto the Siren. The reasoning for this is that by playing it on the Siren, I guarantee that this ends up affecting the Relentless combat instead of this damage shield blocking like a 2 on this round, for example. Good habit to get into, I think, but also you can maybe make a case against it. Not 100% certain if it's the correct thing to do or not. Oh, this mage got a lot worse with us picking it. I mean, I guess this is still fine, but he got a little worse at least. Hard to deny. I can just silence whenever, doesn't matter. Play it for the incant. We're there, we made it. I mean, we hit the holdover, we high rolled, which is great news. we extremely high rolled on the spell shot. Extremely, extremely good news. Because otherwise this would be left down to a, oh, we might make it, we might not sort of situation, right? Maybe with Mollusk Mage we would get the kill through a Frozen Lance, actually. I hope I can see a Frozen Lance and see if that would be true. Because that would really, we would, wouldn't we? Hey, look at that. Mollusk Mage. Wow. He turned frozen. How much does this do? It does 13 times 16? Wow. Mollusk Mage. Maybe a little more valuable than we give him credit. Just maybe. Gifts, Harness the Titan, and Spike. I played Harness the Titan recently. I had like the greatest run for Harness the Titan. I had 2 Crystallis, 2 Ice Tornado, I had Plinks. And at the end of the night, or at the end of the run, I went, how was Harness the Titan here? And as a collective, we all just kind of went, yeah, it was there. That is to say, I think that even in one of the best possible cases for Harness the Titan, it did not make a meaningful impact on the run. Spike of the Stygian or Gifts for a guard? Gifts for a guard? Gifts of a guard? I mean, Gifts isn't bad. It's not good though with a holdover card. I don't want to have to like permafrost it or play around it. I'm gonna let it vibe. Let it vibe? Oh god. What have I become? Okay, we did not hit Morsel Maker. So, our position now changes slightly. I feel like I have to go right path. It's so high value. I can't, even though Morsel Maker is like, we win, it's really good. However, despite that fact, I think there's so much value here. Our health is low, Pyre Remains is very nice to make us secure for a trial here. Remove 2 cards to start moving towards consistency, although with a holdover spell maybe it's not so important, I'm not sure. And then the Merchant of Steel is just good because we need to hunt a multi-strike for Siren of the Sea. And I think we're going to actually play the single floor setup we're playing here. I think we're going to just play Shark, Siren, Tethys as well. And we're just going to try and kill through spell weakness, it looks like. So I'm going to skip this, ultimately. And then we have the Space Prism. I'm not super worried about positioning. Like bottom or middle floor, it doesn't make a huge difference, ideally. Yeah, it shouldn't make a big difference. So I'm probably going to pick Draw. Picking Draw means we draw more spells, which is good. And there's probably Draw energy on this run. Overall, I imagine this is Draw energy. Now, one thing that I don't feel great about is a spell weakness plan where we only have one spell that is a kill spell. I'm gonna go right here. Make a reasonable reasonable guess that it's correct. However, this Umbra banner could have held the Morsel Maker. You never know. Chillwind. So I go Chillwind here. Handheld Totem 2 is going to be what we take, but you want to lock in Chillwind now so that there's not a coin flip on seeing it next time, because this adds a lot of damage to Relentless. The Spell Weakness 2 is going to be good for killing all of the heavies we need to kill, but the Frostbite adds a lot of damage to Seraph. 10 rounds of Frost, like 10 rounds normally with Spell Weakness Tethys is going to be 30 Spell Weakness. But with this build, it's going to be 20 spell weakness and then an additional, it's like 10. It's a lot. I was about to do the Frostbite in my head, but it's 100 plus, or not, rather not 100. It would be, it's 10 plus 19 plus 8 plus 28 plus 20 or 37, on and on and on until you get there. You get the idea. It's a lot. It is a lot. Party boys. I can take multi-strike. Well, no, I should be able to, right? We should always hit. Unless Helical Crystallis is the bottom 4 or bottom 6 cards, right? Draw 6. Draw 6 and we'll be at 14. Draw 6. So if Helical Crystallis is bottom 8, we take a lot of it. I mean, we just die. However, I'm gonna just like not have that happen, I think. On this run, my plan is just not let that be the case. Yeah, being able to play Tethys a 4 below would be really good. It is not to be, though. I don't know why I was thinking I would just silence this floor on the next time. Like, what a dumb thing for me to think there. But yeah, I'll just silence them on this turn. Why? Why bother at this point? They've already buffed themselves. Get out of here, idiot. Need to hit this one for 1. If I hit this one for 1, we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and silence this floor. Actually, I guess I should silence later now. Like, I shouldn't silence until the ones with the more threatening ones spawn in. Okay, now you should die, because it'll be 15 with 10 frostbite. The frostbite ticks down, you go up with 9 frostbite. Interesting. Chillwind Tethys is 1 damage off of killing these guys over 2 turns every time. Good thing to notice, I suppose. 26 damage on a Frozen Lance is not bad. Not afraid. I mean, the Crystallis was in the bottom, however, because I took the Frostbite, it was still a-okay. Tethys just cleans this combat. It's very strong. And since we played middle for the energy morsel in front. But since we played middle for, I'll just save the tome at this point for the boss. I believe it is the party boy boss also. Yeah, fine. I mean, Miles Mage is... He has the same thing going on that I just explained with the other card that we had. Harness the Titan, right? What's Miles Mage doing on this run? I mean, he's here. Oh, this is Thoughtbinder. My mistake. Different boss. Miles Mage is, without a doubt in my mind, here, on the run, existing. And yet, is there anything else happening with Miles Mage? Nah, not really. It's kind of chilling. Yeah, the Frostbite scaling just means that Tethys kills bosses in Relentless. Which is good. You use the spell weakness section of Tethys. This is the thing, if you have a strong tank, then you can scale with confidence, and we have a very strong tank line for Tethys here. Then what ends up happening is in Relentless, if you take 1 into Frostbite, Tethys just kills the bosses, and then you use the spell weakness to kill all the heavies. Extra pyre health is wonderful. Guardian Stone is like the perfect card here. It's like I didn't say it out loud, but basically the exact thing we want here. An excellent complement. And this is not a time for Void Binding. Is it a time for Cannibalize? Is it a time for Wretch? Nah, this isn't really an Umbra run. We'll take from Umbra, I'm gonna sit up here. We'll take the 4-cost spell that does 20 damage 4 times, and we'll take like Forever Consume Blazing Bolts. Take damage spells from Umbra. Unstable Vortex and a Duplicate? What do you duplicate here? Perhaps? I mean, the only thing really even worth considering is Crystallis. Go left. I'll go left. See what the Trinket Shop holds today. Firestone Housing is kind of nice. Lets me put more incant armor on this shark. Is it worth 215 gold though? It's not. I will roll. Sometimes you hit something crazy here. Tethys' scales is not that crazy. I'm okay. It's worth seeing the 60 gold. It's exciting. You get to look at some new relics. Spell Shield 2 is just like, you never take Spell Shield 2 here. None? Okay, it's pretty quiet. I heard a little bit, like slight tree rustling outside, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't like obnoxiously loud and overbearing in the background of the video. However, it's fine. It's late, there's a cool breeze happening out there. Nature is as it should be, I suppose. It's cold, it's fall. Who doesn't like a little chilly fall weather? I mean, I've opened and closed this window now like 4 times, but now that I've called my brain to attention, I am actually cold. So enjoy the sound of me closing this window, because oh my gosh, it's cold out there. Does Smallest Mage make a difference here? Good enough, I suppose. Take that. Now, sometimes we're not going to be able to play Guardian Stone, and I want you to know, that's fine. Oh god, what boss was it? I'm pretty sure it was self-made Harpy. Either way, I need to take this a little more seriously. Our Shark is not incanting as much as he needs to. No matter which boss it is, I gotta take incanting the Shark a little more seriously here, or else I'm going to be deceased. Without a doubt. They're just silence. We gotta incant. There's also a chance that this is Sweep Lifesteal. This isn't Crystal Cloak. I can tell you with confidence this is not Crystal Cloak. I can't play Mind Collapse here. Who are you? It is Self-Made Harpy, okay. Sycophant Self-Made Harpy. On the list of things I like, this is not there. This does not exist on my list of things that I like. My list of things I dislike, this is there. Very much so. Extremely on my list of things that I do not like. This. But I think we're fine. How much are you giving me? You're giving me... What are you giving me to work with here? 3, 4... 4 is okay. I think 4 is enough. Oh, it's not enough. Very interesting. So now we just need to buy rounds. We need to buy time. Which is really hard because it's fucking self-made Harpy. So... You know how it is. We'll take our 7. Alright. We got there. You get there. You take these. You take these. Fucking self-made Harpy on a sycophant combat. Such bullshit. What a piece of shit. Frenzied Swarm is nice. Great card to hold over. Takes all of the damage off of Shark. And it just makes Shark... Oh yeah, it's really good here. Really, really good here. Only downside is I can't time my unnamed tome, but that doesn't matter in most combats. Give this a skip. And I accidentally minimized my Streamlabs. There we are. Alright. Left or right here? Good question. What spell upgrades do I want? I want Frenzied Swarm upgrades. So it doesn't matter, effectively. I want to pick a path, because we have magic and steel left and right for the rest of the run. So you want to pick the path that hits everything in the... I want to give myself... So I want to give myself a -1 holdover Frenzied Swarm. I want to give 2 +25s to Guardian Stone. I want to give multi-strike +25 to Siren of the Sea, or maybe multi-strike Incant too. One of those. So there's a lot of small upgrades to pull from steel shops. We probably want to see 2 steel shops. And we just want to time it out so I hit the most beneficial other 2 things, right? So Pyre Health is not super beneficial. I would rate this probably the lowest of our secondaries. An artifact is the highest variance, and it's exciting. Money is all about as valuable as a Pyre Health, so if there's a money Pyre Health path, we want to avoid that. So we want to avoid this steel shop here. We want to go right, or rather we want to go left for Unstable Vortex Concealed Caverns, much better. And then probably right. Depending on if we hit or not. Okay. That's going to be the path. So we want to hit this steel shop because it has the better side stuff, I think, right? Was that it? Yeah, because we want to not go to this one. Okay, got there. Figured it out. Tempered Talisman is nice. Firewall we don't need. We have 150 health right now. Endless, not great. +25 on Guardian Stone is great. Give me a roll. Large Stone. Sure. Why not? I got the money for it. Put the Guardian Stone up to 51, which is good. Large Stone Mollusk Mage can occasionally clean up, perhaps. Even though we don't see the multi-strike, we don't really need the multi-strike to win this one. The health pickups are the most important. So more or less, I'm happy with what we saw there. Do I want to take a bunch of curse damage to... oh god. I think that I just split Siren of the Sea from the main group here. I think she's honestly probably a little less worth than the Guardian Stone anyway. And it is important to not get killed by curses in this combat. And she can go chill up here. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. You gotta be a little flexible with curse spell. She's occasionally gonna throw you off a little bit. So try to. You can't let her. Don't let curse spell throw you off. Your health, I'll give you damage shield. We gotta start playing Crystallises. Make sure I play out all my spells. Very, very solid position here. This is a good time to Offering Token. Usually I'm very against Ultimate Penance discarding. However, it's kind of important here to actually play all of these things. You want to play the Guardian Stone. Order well, by the way. Horrible order. What is this guy doing? Alright, it's fine. And gotta punch the... Oh, I was like, man, 35? Wow, we have the effect of a plus 10 to all of our spells on this show. That's kind of nice. Plus 10 is more than the normal plus 7. And it's more than plus 3, I know. How did I figure that out, you're wondering? It's because I'm a super genius. Okay, we want to Ultimate Penance this time around. The reason that we need to be amping up, like I have to go Spell Weakness too, is because the Holdover Crystallis will not be doing enough as we move forward into 190s. So we're going to need double Spell Weakness, and even then it's going to be a little close. Yeah, as you can see. Exhibit A, if you will. Gotta get rid of these Train Stewards. I did not realize how bad they were right now. These Train Stewards are very bad for us. A little bit janky, this one. One more curse. Please don't draw double curse. Excellent work. Gonna just play it. Yeah, the Crystallis up here first. Prismal Dust is a free round, but Frenzied Swarm is also a free round, and it's this round, and I get an incant. Fine. I am not afraid of that. Gonna pull a curse here eventually, right? Oh. Very good timing on the curse draw, I think. Go ahead and save up our... Yeah, for sure we're fine here. No doubt in my mind. Alright. Will we kill Seraph with this setup? It's close. The big problem is going to be Shade Wings, of course. But when are Shade Wings not a big problem? It's an excellent question to pose. Shade Wings are just going to outpace us. Spike and Harness we don't want. Shroud Mitosis doesn't fit into this one. This is energy, I believe. Yeah, this is energy for sure. 172 Pyre. Like to see it. You like to see it. Okay, so we went to the steel shop. We want to go magic shop this time. We want to find -1 holdover here. It's not to be expected, however, it would be very nice. Nothing great for double stacking here. Make one of these consume. Wow. How fortunate. Actually I'm gonna hold my money. I'll hold the last 75. We don't want to get rid of Shade Splitters right now. Train Steward's the worst card. Shade Splitter's still good. Blocks 2 rounds for us. I don't need a spike here. These 2 spikes are just actively bad, so it's just Spike of the Hellhorn or nothing. So I would be taking that to be able to play 4 energy, 8 armor, basically. Really doesn't sound very enticing. But the idea behind the spikes is that you use them as a big payoff, I think. Now, this does do 50. Spell Weakness 2 makes our Crystallis in its correct, incorrect positioning. Crystallis does, oh, what is that? It's 90, it's 105 times 2? assuming it's on the floor with the mollusk mage. 105 times 2, so we'll kill single heavies with it. Double heavies might sneak by it, but it's you know, if we're gonna think of it like that though, then perhaps I should just go all the way into Frostbite 2 here. I think it's better to just go into Frostbite 2 actually. So here's the deal. You go into Spell Weakness 2, and what do we see? We see a single heavy walk up to the pyre, typically. So double heavies occur, and the Crystallis wipes one of them, and then it will wipe the other one on a floor above it, and then it'll wipe one more, and then we will have like 1 to 2 heavies go to the pyre. In that circumstance, I mean, basically, here's the deal. I have 172 pyre health. If we take Frostbite 20, it's like setting our pyre's attack to 60 when Tethys hits, when anything walks up to the pyre, rather. We can just tank all of the heavies that are going to walk past us at this point. We are in such a dominant position in terms of health that we can just eat it and it doesn't matter. Don't be Purifier combat, please. Ugh. Gilded Wings. +8 is very scary. I'm going to take it, but there's a chance that my shark gets run over. What do I do with 400 gold? Let's find out. The only problem is if the shark dies, but that shouldn't happen. We just play mid-floor. This is a Frostbite build now. We don't really need to think about the spell weakness that much. We're playing around Frostbite now. More so than anything else. You know, you pull the Crystallis and you're not mad about it though. Probably shouldn't have played it for an endgame. Probably should have punched it on these guys. Yeah, for sure. But we gotta have the shark survive this round. Maybe I did need to play it for an incant actually. Come on, shark buddy. He pulls through. The reason that I wanted to play so aggressively for the trial is because at a certain point, and that certain point is when we rip Frenzied Swarm, this stops doing damage to us. Uh-oh. It's probably fine. Play the Frozen Lance, he's fine. I need to block 3 with Prismal Dust here. Thank you, Prismal Dust. You have saved me from myself. Very cool. There's the Frenzied Swarm. We have now stabilized. Was it worth it? Yeah, I mean, you know, it was a little scary, sure, but we got there. So, like, who's complaining, right? It's the same. Who's complaining? We made it. We arrived. It was a little frightening, but we got there. And now we just get to farm. I'll play most of this. I'm gonna play all of this. The whole point of upgrading the Frenzied Swarm. Ooh. I wonder if survival here was likely or unlikely. That stone should be in front of Siren. Should be in front for sure. Pop this. Like, I wonder if this was an unlikely outcome. It's a good question. I don't know. You could analyze it all and come up with the correct probability answer to that question. It's a tough one. Either way, we made it. I feel reasonable against Patient Seraph. Reasonable. Preserve is worthless. Titan's Tooth and Guardian's Amulet are, to be fair, they would be cast every round that we drew them. And Frostbite's not anything to scoff at. I'll actually take Titan's Tooth here. Fine. Don't need any of these. I think I saw that exact option recently. Okay. We can go left here. I don't need anything from the magic shop. We already hit We can just look for upgrades for Siren in the sea here. And honestly, if I don't see something that really makes me excited, Cuddlebeard's insane. Totem Fragment also just pivots us back into spell weakness. Incant Armor 2. It's interesting because what I'm thinking is better, and I'm pretty sure this is better. I'm pretty sure we just duplicate Guardian Stone and remove Siren. She's not super useful anymore. I think that's the line. I'm not going to give her Incant Armor 2. Excuse me. Oh no, I do not know where that hiccup came from. We are 10 gold off. I'm going to duplicate the Guardian Stone. I'm not worried about Totem Fragment. Like, we don't need spell weakness to make me feel safe on this run at all. I'm gonna go ahead and, like, what makes me feel safe on this run is hitting Tome within like 3 turns. So we're gonna go ahead and pull some cards. We need to draw into Frenzied Swarm and we need to draw into our Tome. And once we hit those 2 cards, we win the fight. That's all there is to it. All you need to do is remove a few cards to make that a little more viable. Ideally, Tome turn 1, Frenzied Swarm turn 2. And ideally, Seraph's bottom 4. Middle 4, a little less what I like to see here. No Tome as well. I think you go top 4. I believe it's top 4 here. I don't think we need to worry about Tethys's spell weakness on Seraph at this point. Although I guess I'm gonna take it kind of. If I play top 4, we're gonna take it. But we have 180 health, right? In a different combat where we are like still planning ahead, you never set up top 4. But we're here. If all of the heavies walk up, we still win the combat, as long as Seraph dies. So we can just play it like this. Oh, we hit the Frenzied Swarm. This is great news. Just need to pull the Tome now. Alright, it's like actually flawless. Incredible. How do I do it? Mollusk Mage, he's worthless. What the hell? The one thing that will be interesting is Shark's going to stack a bunch of melee weakness, but I guess we'll just see what happens with that. I think what's going to happen is he's going to stack a bunch of melee weakness, and I'm just going to outlive it because it doesn't matter, essentially. And we're just going to survive the melee weakness is my plan here. 2, 3, 4. So play all of these, and then you live. Perfect. All I have to remember now is to play my holdover cards every turn. I have lost a run because I randomly forgot to play a holdover card once. Do not recommend it. Just randomly forgot to play my holdover molded, and then I died. Give you 4 damage shield. We're there. It's interesting because all of this time spent thinking about double heavies, planning around double heavies, and then we reached a point where it's like, yeah, we have enough damage, just let them walk by. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna take a little bit, and that doesn't really matter, does it? Like, we take 10 from each one that goes by, it looks like. A little more. But with Cuddlebeard, you can effectively look at it as the Pyre has 62 attack, so this guy goes up at 138, so the most damage that any single heavy can do to us is 30. Assuming I play no spells and I can't hurt them in any way, they do 30 to us. So if you do a little count, right, you got 2 waves remaining. After this one, each one you can say contains a heavy, except for the very last one, which spawns with Seraph. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. The most damage that could be applied to me is 150. And that's if I were to do nothing to help kill this heavy, which I am going to do some things to help kill this heavy, of course. But I will be taking some damage, of course. But it's the plan. When you go into Seraph with 180 health, you just kind of get to do whatever you want. You don't have to think about that sort of thing. You just go, yeah, you know what? I am gonna take 150 damage and it doesn't matter because we still win. I will proc here. This one does even less to us. Right, he does 20. No, he does 10. Alright. Really cool run. I believe there's an interesting bug, or perhaps it's intended. I don't actually know. I think it's a bug. However, you tell me. I will show it to you unless it's changed, in which case I will not. I will just describe it to you and you'll have to take my word for it when I go, no, really, it existed, trust me. Let's see. Cool, we win. The interesting thing that I saw recently in a run was where melee weakness, when a Gilded Wing hits a unit with multiple stacks of melee weakness but they have a Divine Shield up, or any unit really, it doesn't have to be a Gilded Wing, but when a unit takes damage to their Divine Shield with melee weakness, the melee weakness ticks down by 1 instead of going away completely. Let's see if this is the case. I'm actually going to watch this on normal so that I can watch and see. You have time to process. Yeah, look at that. That, I believe, is not how melee weakness is supposed to work. Because it's supposed to be, it takes this much damage next time it's attacked. But for some reason, when the unit takes damage to its damage shield, it just, I don't know, it just takes damage, right? It doesn't take damage, but the melee weakness ticks down. So, I don't know. It's very strange. Very, very strange. However, really cool run. Showcases another double heavy plan that you can use if you have like a weird plan like this one where you just have Tethys applying barely enough. Where you can just go, yeah, I don't have to kill double heavies anymore. Like I don't have to deal with two 190s. The strategy is less good if you fight Purifier combat basically on the round before this, because that's basically exclusively double heavies. But when you fight like multi-strike or Wilt Wings combat, which doesn't have double heavies, you can actually just never answer the two 190s, as I did here, where you just go, yeah, I mean, I don't care. You know what? Just hit me. It's fine. You can do that with 140 health, by the way. This isn't something that's like precious plating specific. It's just nice to have the precious plating. We would have 50 health remaining if I didn't, though, which is still plenty. Solid run. Very cool. Thanks for watching. New record for Silence Applied. Wow. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me that like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.